Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kari, and today I'm going to be talking about my October TBR. So these are all the books that I'm hoping to get to in October. I will say that I'm not committing to reading every single one of these books. This is just the pile of books that I'll be going to throughout the month of October when I'm looking for something spooky to read. And these are just the books that I'm going to be prioritizing. Before I get into the TBR, I just want to put out a call for help that I need some recommendations. I need some horror, really scary books to read this October. I have a few on this TBR, but not all of them are like terrifying. They're more like spooky, atmospheric vibes, which I also love that in October as well. But I want something really scary. So if you could drop some recommendations in the comments, I would be so thankful. So definitely let me know. The first book that I'm hoping to get to in October is The Eyes Are the Best Part by Monica Kim. This is a horror book about the making of a female serial killer, and it's kind of like a women's wrongs book because it follows this woman's downward spiral into a really like grotesque obsession, and it deals with toxic men, and I don't know, it just sounds really good. I've heard pretty good things about it, so I'm hoping to get to this in October. Next, we have Slewfoot by Brahm. I bought this book 2 Halloweens ago, I think, and I've been meaning to read it ever since. I didn't get to read it that Halloween that I bought it, and then I didn't read it last Halloween either, so I absolutely have to read this book this year. People love this so much. I don't even remember what it's about anymore. I just keep hearing how good it is, and I have to get to this book. It's giving witchy vibes. I mean, the subtitle is A Tale of Bewitchery. I mean, people love this, and I absolutely have to prioritize it. Next is a book that I don't have a physical copy of yet, but that's Incidents Around the House by Josh Malerman. This book just came out in June, I think, and I've heard nothing but good things about it, that it's really creepy, and it's genuinely scaring people, and that's the vibe that I need this October. I actually could not find it being sold anywhere here in France, so I had to order it from the US, so it's in the mail right now. I'm really excited to get it and read it because I hope that I get as scared as everyone else has been getting. Next, I have a 2-book series that I want to read. I've actually already read the first book, What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. I need to reread this because it's been a couple years since I read this, and then the sequel just came out this year, What Feasts at Night. So I want to reread this and then read the new one. They're going to be perfect for October because, like I said, I've already read What Moves the Dead, and it's a retelling of Poe's The Fall of the House of Usher, and it's really atmospheric. It takes place at this really creepy mansion. There's some really weird people, and it's just a great Halloween vibe, and so I'm hoping for the same from What Feasts at Night. Also, they won't take too long to get through because they're both like novella length. Next, I have 2 Junji Ito mangas that I'd like to read. If you've been following my manga journey the last year, you'll know that I've been obsessed with reading Junji Ito. I've already read a good few of his books, and so I got these 2 the other day to read in October. I got Frankenstein, which obviously is not his story, but it's his manga version of the story of Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, and then also Tombs, which is a collection of horror short stories. So like I said, I got these 2 the other day, but I would also like to get some more Junji Ito this month. Here are some other Junji Ito books that I'm considering getting this month and reading for Halloween. Let me know if you think any of these in particular are better than the others so that I know to prioritize them. I'd love to hear your feedback. But yeah, Junji Ito is definitely going to be a staple of my Halloween reading. Next, we have Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. This is his newest release that just came out this summer. Riley Sager is always going to be a spooky, atmospheric good time. I think that this one follows a guy who, when he was a child, his best friend disappeared, and how he has to cope with that now in the present. That I think like secrets are coming out about what happened back then. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this, so I'm interested to see where I fall on this book. Next, some books that I'm definitely going to read this October is a 2-book graphic novel series called My Favorite Thing is Monsters by Emil Ferris. I read volume 1 for Halloween 2 years ago, and then earlier this year the second volume finally came out, so I'm going to definitely reread volume 1 and then get into volume 2. I'm really excited because I really loved volume 1, so I'm excited to see what volume 2 holds. I've talked about it before how much I love the illustrations in this graphic novel. The art is done with a pen, and I'm just absolutely obsessed with it. And I said this in my latest book haul video where I hauled volume 2, but this is a very adult graphic novel, so if you've been interested in getting into graphic novels but you don't really know where to start and you don't want it to be too immature or childish, I would definitely recommend this because it is very adult and has some really mature themes and content in it. But I'm really excited to read these. Speaking of graphic novels, I have another little one here. It's Fangs by Sarah Anderson. It's actually pretty short, especially compared to My Favorite Thing is Monsters, but the synopsis just says a love story between a vampire and a werewolf. So I think it's going to be perfect for Halloween. If you follow me in my reading, you know that I really never read YA, but I actually have 2 YA books that I want to read this October. The first one is The Graveyard Book by Neil Gaiman. I read Coraline for Halloween maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I really liked it, and it was actually a lot creepier than I expected it to be because it's YA. So I'm excited to read The Graveyard Book because I've heard really good things about it and people really like this one. I think it's going to be perfect to put me in the spooky season mood, and I think that I'm really going to like it despite the fact that I never read YA. And the other YA book that I want to read this Halloween is Tunnel of Bones by Victoria Schwab. I'm pretty sure this is a series of a little girl who is like, her parents are ghost hunters or she's a ghost hunter, something like that. There's one that takes place in New Orleans. There's another one that takes place somewhere else. I don't remember where it is, but this one takes place in Paris. So of course I have to read this one. It takes place in the Paris catacombs. The catacombs in Paris are a really creepy place to go. It's really, really fun though. So I think that this would be fun to read because I have like the context of having been to these catacombs before. And also I would really like to go back to the catacombs. It's been a year since I've gone. I haven't gone to the catacombs here in like 10 years, I think it has been. It was 2014, I think, that I went to the catacombs here. So I think it's time to make another visit. Maybe we could do that in a future Halloween vlog. So those are the 13 books that I'm prioritizing this October. Again, like I said at the beginning, please let me know some scary books that I can add to this TBR, because a lot of these, they're not going to take me that long to read, the manga, the graphic novels, the YA. So I really want to beef up this TBR in case I get through the regular length novels. I want something else that's really going to spook me, you know? So put your recommendations in the comments. With that, I think that's going to do it for my October TBR. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again next time. Bye!